guys, this is Shannon from Skip to My Life. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a mini makeover, this China hutch. If you have a China hutch in your home and you think it's hopeless, come along with me. Let's get started. Well, I'm a little embarrassed to show you the before picture of this hutch because it had become a catch-all for just anything that we couldn't find a place for. We've recently downsized from a large home to a very small home now that our kids are gone. And this was my inspiration picture. I decided I wanted a contrasting paint color. This little hutch I almost gave up on and just got rid of, but two reasons I held on to it. First, it fit perfectly in the spot and I really needed the storage. And secondly, it belonged to my mom. It's an antique. My mom has been gone for quite a while, and if she was still alive, she would be in her 90s. So I just couldn't part with it, and I decided, okay, I'm going to give it one more try. This was a great project to take on during the coronavirus because it really diverted my thoughts from all the current events. Maybe you guys had a project that you took on. If you did, comment below and let me know what it was. The weather during this time that I was doing this, it took me about 2 months on and off. It would rain and then it would be sunny. So I did as much as I could outside and then I would have to pull it in and do a little bit inside. My goal was to use things I already had because we were trying not to go out. If I had to do this again, I probably would have spray painted the interior white, but I didn't have white spray paint. So I used the chalk paint that I had and it covered pretty well. It would have been a little bit more uniform if I had had spray paint, but I actually kind of liked the finish. This is before I had put on a final coat of paint. So you'll see that it took me 3 to 4 coats to get a really nice white finish. And then when I was done, I happened to have this white glaze polish, and that actually worked really well. I had bought it for some craft projects, but it actually was a nice seal. If you're enjoying this video, hit the like button and also subscribe. I would love to come back and bring you even more content. Now I'm going to show you a little tip and a way to save money. I was able to buy this whole container of paint for $2.50, and this is what they call the Boneyard. This is at Lowe's, but every hardware store has one. It's their paints that have been returned, and you can get them for pennies on the dollar. For a project like this, you would only need one small container. So that's just a little trick. Always look there when you're in the store, especially for the flat paints or the chalk paints that can be upwards of $20. So this is after one coat of paint, and I wanted to show you the contrast between 1 and 2 coats. I recommend that you do more coats of paint but thinner coats and allow them to dry in between. Otherwise you risk getting puddles of paint, drips of paint, things like that. So always prefer to have a thin coat of paint, let it dry, and then go back and do another one. I'm showing you 2 insider tools. The first is my sander, which I love, and the second is tack cloth, and you wouldn't find this in the painting supply section. All you need to do is after you've sanded, just rub that tack cloth over your surface and it will remove every tiny bit of that grit. The original handles and knobs were made of brass, and I wanted to show you what I used to take that tarnish off. I did have both drawer handles, but I was missing one knob. So I'm going to show you how I solved that problem. And then wait to the end of the video because I have a little bonus freebie for you. I found these ceramic knobs for 50 cents each, and I just painted over them in a matching color. Okay, so during this time, we were all making do and being extremely creative, right? And I did not have any furniture wax to seal off my paint. I did not want it to chip or scratch. I did have a Dollar Tree candle, which I melted down, and I just thought, hey, I'm going to try and make my own wax. So to the wax of that candle, I added 2 tablespoons of vitamin E cuticle oil, and I went ahead and melted all of that down. After I removed the wick from the candle, and once the candle was completely liquid, I was able to pour it into a glass container. Now, I originally thought I was just kind of going to scoop out pieces of that wax and use it on my furniture, but accidents happen, right? And my glass container actually fell off the counter and shattered. So it left me with this handy little bar of wax, and I'm going to show you how I used that. I will say that it was handy to have that little bar of wax as I was going over my furniture, but it was a little harder than most of the furniture wax that I'm used to working with. So if I had to make this recipe again, I would add 1 more tablespoon of vitamin E oil. Now it's time to put everything back in. I was shocked by how much this China Hutch held. I was able to empty about 3 cabinets in my kitchen and use this China Hutch for a working display cabinet, and I was just thrilled. You'll see this little jar I made actually for Easter. I always have a spot where I keep my chocolate stash, and that's this jar. I made this framed quote. It's a Bible verse from Proverbs 31, and this is in honor of my mom. If you would like to make the framed quote as well, all you need to do is click on the link below and you can get 10 free printables of quotes for women. So this is just a little dedication to Mom. My husband has been buying me these gorgeous lilies, and they look so pretty on top of this cabinet. Looking to create an upscale look on a downsized budget, I am here for you at Skip to My Life. So please subscribe, like this video, and come back for more ideas. We'll see you next time.